So I'm back at Almaty Airport in Kazakhstan and going to fly over to those mountains. In fact, I reckon, just looking at the map, yeah, I reckon that tall peak in the centre of my view is Pik Talgar, 16,300 feet, which is the tallest peak in the area. So we're going to fly up the valley, which is the same valley we flew past when we flew around town looking for the water supplies. So let's get the show on the road and talk on the way. Just get my rudder sorted out. Yeah, got a slight crosswind, left rudder. Dots, go for 6 degrees. We're away. Yep. Gear up, flaps up. Okay, turning left onto track. Once again looking for that same valley entrance we flew to in the very first flight here.
007, continue for south departure.
Mike India Golf copy. Oops.
Almaty Tower 007,
got through.
continue for south departure.
Okay, so yes, as I said, first flight we looked for the where the water enters the valley, and looked at some of the water supplies in the city. It's a race course there. This time we're looking for the source, which is up in the mountains, and it also happens to be the border with Kyrgyzstan, so we're going to fly along the border for a while. Let's go to recon cam number 1. Get a nice view there. Have a look over the city. Nice.
007, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Mike India Golf copy.
Almaty Tower 007, frequency change.
So once again we're following this main road, and it's going to take, it's going to veer to the right at the base of this hill in front. We'll just continue on slightly right to the valley entrance. We can see ahead about 12 o'clock. It's kind of a white scar halfway up the far valley wall. So I might be flying into the sun. It is, it's only 9:45 AM. Anyway. I'm sure we'll make the best of it. So here we go, it's a valley turning right. Just fly straight past it this time. So in the previous flight we veered slightly right here to find a garden at that valley entrance. Now we could still veer slightly right into the valley. I just want to simplify to keep as few waypoints as possible on these flight plans. So we're going up that valley. Once we get over the highest crest we can see about the 4th one in front of us. But you know what, let's veer right a bit and into the valley at low level. Give a wave to our friendly gardeners. Be somewhat to the right there. There's Almaty, and just to the right there is our favourite garden. Anyway, today we're going left up this valley. And we're looking for Big Almaty Lake, which will be around to the left. I will say. Let's just stick to the valley floor. So it's only 5 or 6 miles to the lake. I've drawn a straight line, of course, but the intent is to fly along the valley to get there. So let's pull the map up and you see what I mean. So we're flying a bit right, of course, now a bit left. So It's loading up. There it is. There we are. Here's the terrain. And as you can see, we're going left and right of course. Heading to waypoint 2, which is coming up on the map. Just going to, yep, make sure I've got some clear space in front of me. And need a bit more power on actually. Okay, right now we're flying again. Yes, so there's the lake coming up at waypoint 2 as you can see. Cool. And we will be climbing, so let's get the power up. And coming around this corner we should see the lake. Getting into some pretty nice terrain up here. Here it is, Big Almaty Lake. Looking gorgeous too. Now we just continue up the valley. So waypoint 1, that was waypoint 2, at waypoint 3, which is coming up soon, we will leave the valley, start climbing out to our first peak. So the valley opens up here, very wide. And just get back on track a bit. There we go. Waypoint 3 is this peak here on the right at 14,000 feet. Now, let's turn sharp left here, lest we fly into Kyrgyzstan. And later on I will be flying from Kyrgyzstan, which is obviously to the right there. And beyond those mountains is a huge body of water, which I look forward to exploring. Okay, so we follow this ridge now for about, how many miles? 10 miles I think, to another peak at 14,000 feet, 2, 3, 4. Yep, following the border. Back to the north there. So it's pretty rugged looking terrain up here, pretty harsh. And there's our peak in front of us, I would say. Yep, the pointy one over there. And past this awesome glacial mass. That is pretty impressive. According to the map, is our peak. Cool. Just come slightly left. We can check out these glaciers a bit more. Bit right off track, so let's keep coming. Oh, we've just crept over the border. Let's not cause an incident. And there's some great looking terrain up here. Check a map. Yep. I might zoom out a bit actually, it's a bit tight. There we go. Yep. Yes, that's right. So waypoint 4 to 5 is heading exactly due east, just just to make life a bit easier. Waypoint 5. Just flew past the peak actually. Now we're heading for Pik Talgar, the tallest peak in the area, which is pretty much dead ahead. 10 miles away. There it is, it's kind of pointy shape. Check out the colours down here in the glaciers. So nice. Plenty of Polaroid moments up here. Check our map. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Immediately after this peak, we come a few degrees to the right and pretty soon enter a valley which takes us straight back to the airport. So to recap, we went up the valley to a lake, flew along the border, along a ridge, came back down through a valley. So here we are, it's Pik Talgar coming up right here. I'm actually going to fly through that gap. Ease off because we're going to descend rather rapidly down this valley. It's a nice reveal. I'm actually a bit left of track. Zoom in a little. Yeah. So you could go down that valley. I actually wanted to enter a valley heading towards the northwest, which is just over this hill. Yeah, this valley. Crossing our track and do a hard left turn now into it. There we go. Back on track again. Zip down here. So it's a nice contrasting flight, this one, with the snowy peaks, glaciers, and finally back down this rather heavily wooded and narrow valley. Just going to bring us out within sight of the airport. Speaking of which, I will call them right now. Mike India Golf 5.
Almaty Tower 007 is 8 miles southeast, 4,300 feet with Charlie to land. 007 Almaty Tower. Altimeter 29er, decimal niner, 2 wind 265 at 27. Enter left, base runway 23 right.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Fly left, base runway 23
So
right,
I might be able to flow straight in this time for once and go back to helmet cam.
007 wing 265 at 27. Clear to land runway 23 right.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Clear to land runway 23 right 007.
Yep, there are the runways. So how's that? That valley emptied us out, pointing right towards our right towards where we need to be to land. I'm just thinking and there we go, looking for 23 right, I can see it now. Right, let's get gear down, gear. Flaps 1, flaps 2. Our initial point, that's the word I'm looking for. Put the seat up a bit. Here we go. Right on speed at 115, 116 actually. And lined up for 23 right. So that's a pretty nice flight plan that brings you right back to the airport. Okay, 115, I won't talk, I'll try to land. That's pretty smooth, we were right on the stall. Edge of stall there 3 times in the last few seconds, but we were pretty low. Phew. Okay, so there we are. We went to Big Almaty Lake and Pik Talgar. Excellent. Excellent adventure.